morning, everyone. It's Heather Cooper with Playing with Paper Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. And this morning I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about Stampin' Up's kits collection. And we're going to be looking at one particular kit in the repertoire of kits that Stampin' Up! Has. This one is called A Little Smile. And it is one of the stamping required kits. There's two different kinds. There is the no stamping required, and those in Canada, the price point for those are $16.25, and then there are the stamping required ones. And those are $26, but both of them are very affordable. They're all-inclusive kits. They include everything that you need. And these are great for beginning stampers or just a really relaxing stamping experience that everybody can join together and just enjoy being together, stamping, and you know, coming together in community and having a great experience. I am going to be starting a new type of class using these kits, and that will be happening in August. If you go to my blog page, www.playingwithpapercrafting.com. For this morning's post, you'll see a little bit more about it, and I will be posting that class today on Facebook. So just take a look at that. It'll be a totally different kind of idea. It'll be more of a let's just get together and have fun kind of class, and it'll be perfect for someone with no equipment, no experience stamping, who just wants to get a taste of it and have some fun. So I would encourage you to give it a try. You really don't have much to lose, except for maybe $16, you know, if that's what you want to try, if you want to try it out. So it's very affordable and lots of fun. And I'm hoping that we can sort of create a little community that really enjoy getting together maybe once a month just to have some fun. So without further ado, I'm going to open up my kit here, and we're going to start putting this one together. And I am just going to adjust my, just to give you a little bit more view of what we got here. So I have actually been into this kit because I shared some samples on my blog this morning, but I'm going to show you what you get when you purchase one of these kits. So you do get full color instructions. These are what you're going to be making. So there are 8 cute little note cards with envelopes that fit them, that match, and a really cute little pouch that you can keep them in, like until you need one. And then you can get this out and pick out a little note card to send. They have a variety of different sentiments. You could even wait to stamp the sentiment on before you send one, just so that you have exactly what you need. Or you can stamp them ahead of time and then just choose the card that fits, that you want to send. So we're going to take another look and see what else is in here. Oh, I should just show you the instructions are basically pictorial instructions. So once you get to know what the different symbols mean, then it becomes very clear. Okay, so this is your Stampin' Spot. This is your whatchamacallit, block that you put your stamp on. These heavy dots are glue dots. This is, of course, your twine. And this is how much you cut of your twine. And I think the rest is pretty straightforward. Okay, so what else? Now, these you would probably have to supply yourself a pair of scissors, but most people have scissors in their house. The block for stamping comes with the kit, so you have that to put your stamps on. This is for mounting your stamps, so you do get a stamp set that comes along with it. This stamp set you can keep and use anytime you want. If you have cardstock, any kind of paper really, you can use it to stamp images on at any time. You get a little, just have to pop this up here, you get a little ink spot that you can keep and reuse. And if you get enough of these kits, you can actually manage to gather quite a little selection of colored inks. I'm using my own larger ink pads so that I can save these, and I use them as prizes and things like that for classes. So I'm going to use my bigger ink pad for today. You get adhesives. These are the little dots, glue dots, and that's all we need for this particular kit. And let's see, we get the twine that comes along with it. I'm adding a bone folder, although that's not necessary. You do not need that. And this is that little pouch that I was telling you about. And it comes all together, just ready to use. I'll just show you the card samples that I put together already so you can see what we're going to make. So there's one, there's another one, and here are the last two. Really, really cute. Sort of a tropical theme to them. Right up my alley. Okay, so I'm going to move some of this stuff. Now, you get labels to stamp your sentiments on. You get card bases, one of each kind here because we've already made one of each. And there were 2 of each type. So you've got 8 cards altogether. These are the adorable little envelopes that come with it. So we'll just set those aside. But then we get all sorts of different die cuts. So we get vellum, which is that translucent see-through paper. Then we get this glitter paper, and then we just get some colored die cuts. Here, we have to make sure that we keep that one fern handy. Okay, so I'm just going to move that out of the way, and we'll get started on our first card. So our first card is going to be this one with the little medallion on it. Hopefully you can see that. So it is this card base here, and I'm just going to fold it. Some people like to do the card first and then fold it. I kind of like to do it the other way because I like to firmly see my boundaries when I make it. So the first thing we need is this vellum medallion here. So I'm just going to take that, and we need to add some of these glue dots to it. I think this is the right side, just by the way it's cut. So now these little glue dots, we'll try to find some thick spots to put them on. So we just peel them off here and add them to some of the thicker spots on the medallion. That should do it. They suggest 3. And then with these glue dots, you just peel off the backing of the, just make sure that they're on well before you peel it off. There we go. Two and 3. And then center it on our little card here. These are so, so cute. Okay, then we need to have one of those ferns. So that was the one that was floating around in there that I didn't want to lose. And we need a starfish. So we'll punch out a starfish here to use. Okay, so we want the starfish to go on first. So we need a couple of glue dots on that. One up there, one down here. Press them on, remove the backing. Need to move my okay. And we need one dot somewhere on the back of this fern or palm frond, whatever it is. And that's going to go on about like this. And then we need to do some stamping. You can do that all first, but it suggests using one of these colored labels. And I can choose really any of the sentiments, but since I do send out a lot of thank you cards to customers, that's probably, a thank you is something that I would use a lot of. So I'm going to actually do all my sentiments as thank yous, but there are several that you could use. My day is better because of you, just a little smile, you are amazing, you made my day special. So you would have any of those that you could choose from. So you peel it off, and the flat side you add to the clear block. Now you would open up, you would use your blade, your scissor blade, to cut along the score lines here on your ink spot, and then just take the top off, and then you just tap it on your stamp. I'm going to just tap it this way on my stamp, and then you can practice on your any kind of paper or on the cardboard that comes with the set, just to give it a little practice before you do the real thing. But they do give you extra labels so that if you mess up, you can fix, you can always have an extra one to use. So no worries there. And we'll put about 3 glue dots on the back of this. Where did those glue dots go? I was hiding them. One there, one on the other end, and one in the middle. It's handy to have nails when you do this, but if you don't have nails, you can use tip of a scissor blades to get them off. that works too. Okay, and then we just add this right across here. And I'm just following the instructions on here. And then this might be the most frustrating part. We need 12 inches, and on this instruction sheet they do give you a ruler that you can use to measure. See, they give you everything. They do give you a ruler that you can use to measure. I have a handy ruler right on my grid paper here. That's just as easy to measure with. So they say 12 inches. And you can tie a single bow. This is plenty, like way more than you need for a single bow. I sometimes like to tie a double bow because it is a little more substantial. It shows a little bit better, but so I just double it. But it's a little harder to work with, so they probably give you 12 inches just to make it easier to tie, because this one, when you're doing a double bow like that, or when you're doubling the material, it does make it a little more iffy. You run out of length on the ends when you're tying it first. So you tie it just like tying your shoes, basically, and it's not going to look pretty to start with, but you have to play with it. And the best way to adjust the loops is to hold the knot so that it doesn't loosen, and then play around with the lengths of the ends. And then I hold the lengths like that and trim them off. If I had a sharper pair of scissors, it would work better. And then add a glue dot to the back. Whoops, that one went where I didn't want it to go. Let's try that again. Put that right on the knot at the back, and then remove the backing. And where do they want this to go? Right up here. There we go. So that's card number 1. Okay. Hi, Carol. Glad you made it. Okay, number 2 is this one. This is a vertical orientation, a portrait, not a landscape. And this one has a single, stuck together here, a single palm tree like this. So that goes there. So we'll add about 3 glue dots to this. I think you'll see that I have so many glue dots that if I mess up, I have lots to play with, and I will probably have quite a few left over at the end. So I'm trouble getting that one on. So you'll have these to play with afterwards, and you'll have lots of material left over that you can experiment doing other things too if you want when you're done. These are great to do with kids as well, because they're not difficult. And, you know, if you have older kids, you know, as long as they're, I would say, 5 or more. I did them with my grandkids, the same kid actually, when they were 5 or so, and they enjoyed it. They just loved it. And even if they don't follow the instructions exactly, they have such a great time doing it. Okay, now we need a piece of coral. one of these guys, like so, and a sand dollar from the sparkly paper. Okay, so we're going to add one glue dot to the base of the coral right there. Remove that backing. Add that right about there, and then a couple of glue dots on the sand dollar. And where do we put that one? Right down here. Sometimes these stick to your nails. Sorry, I need to remember to work where you can see me. There. And then this goes right over top of the coral and the trunk of the tree. And then another, can do a plain tag this time. I'm going to use the same sentiment, as I say, because I need lots of thank you cards. But again, you can choose any sentiment you like. So in this class that I'm talking about, everyone would have ordered their own kit. They'd go to the kits collection, they'd look over the selection that's there, and they would order one that they like, one that they would enjoy putting together. It doesn't have to be a stamping one, it could be a non-stamping one. And on the night of the class, it would be a Zoom class. Everyone would bring their kit to the Zoom meeting, and we would assemble our kits and just chat, have a good time. There might be some whatchamacallit gifts involved. What are they called? Door prizes. That's what I was thinking about. Might be some door prizes and maybe an icebreaker game involved. Just some fun together. And hopefully it would become a regular thing that we would. And I would be there if people had questions to be able to help them out. This is the weirdest looking bow I've seen. Here we go. And, you know, we can chat, get to know each other. And I'm hoping just develop a group of people who just like to sit down and craft together. And, yeah, have some fun. We need more fun and we need more community these days. So that's my purpose. So I'll have that, be on the lookout for that class. It'll be on my Facebook group, or my Facebook page. It should come up. And we'll just add this. There we go. There's number 2. Okay, number 3 is this one. This one is a landscape card, and it requires some coral, one of those fern branches, and a sand dollar. So coral, a fern branch, and a sand dollar. Here we go. So first thing to go down is the coral. And we'll add it to that bottom right there. And after we peel off the backing, It's just so cool to have everything you need in one spot. Then we put on the fern branch or the palm frond, whatever you want to call it. And you don't have to have a dedicated room. You can do it right on your kitchen table. And you can just order one of these kits whenever you feel like you need a creative fix. Okay, and then we add that. That was quick and easy. And then again, we'll take, I don't know, let's go with one of these fancy ones. I don't think it matters. And again, I'm using the same one, but there are so many different ones you could use. One thing I didn't talk about was cleaning your stamps. If you get a baby wipe or a wet cloth. When I first started stamping, I had a dedicated face cloth that I didn't want to use anymore for wiping faces, and just kept that damp and wiped my stamps on that. But Stampin' Up! Also sells things you can use like chamois or a stamping cleaner that you can use. You can just run them under cold water. Sometimes that's the way of getting them the cleanest. Letting them dry. Hi, Kim. Oh, kits are great for camping. Yeah, you're right. I was talking about using them with kids too. Kids love these. And you know, in the summertime when kids are getting bored, pull out one of these and it'll keep them happy for a good long time. 12 inches. Okay, why don't we make a single bow this time so you can see how it looks with a single bow. Just going to straighten it out a little bit. Okay. You can see how there's so much room here. You've got way more than you need for a single bow. Some people like really big. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's do that one. Then we can trim off the edges here, not edges. I want to say legs. What would you call them? Strings. Well, maybe, Carol. I don't think they'd be too much different than these. Maybe the content would be a little different. Something a little more kid-oriented. That's probably a really good idea. Okay, these are strings are still a little bit long, so trim those off a little bit. Okay, there's card number 3. And last but not least, card number 4 uses this really big, where did it go? Here it is. This really big die cut of sort of an island with palm trees on it. So we'll add several glue dots to that. Times that I'm glad I have a little bit of nails to be able to get these off. Do I need any more? Maybe I'll just stick one on this edge here, right here. There, okay. Now, let's take off the backings. These really push off quite easily, these backings. They're not hard to get off. And then we match this up with the bottom and the sides, like so. And then we also need the last starfish and the last coral. So coral and starfish, dinosaurs and mermaids. That's a good idea, Carol. That would get them going, wouldn't it? Or Minecraft, but I guess they probably can't use copyright material. My grandkids are so into Minecraft. Okay, now this goes just underneath the trees here. Yeah, just right about there. And then put one up here. And one down here. One of the thicker starfish legs. And remove the backing. And just add that over here. And then we will do another plain label. So I've got 3 of those labels left and about 4 of those labels left. So lots of labels left. So you could have made a whole bunch of mistakes with impunity, meaning that you'd still have lots of labels left to worry about. I mean, to be able to use, not to worry about. Okay. And stamp that with Calypso Coral. I mean, not Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana. All right. And we'll add another 3 glue dots to this. Look at all the glue dots that I'm going to have left over. I just need one more for the bow. There we go. And just push those off. Just need to actually get a hold of the edge of it and it just pushes right off. Like so. And put this along the bottom, right here. All right, so what am I going to do, a double or a single bow? Let's take a vote. Oh, there's only one of you left. I'm not sure if it's Kim or Carol. Cut off my 12 inches. Still got lots of twine left too, so, or linen thread left. You can use for another project. Double or single? Make a comment. Oh, there's 3 of you now. Am I going to do a double or a single bow here? Okay, here's what a single bow looks like. And here's what a double bow looks like. What's it going to be? You could give me a 1 for a single bow and a 2 for a double bow. Double, okay, Carol says double. Anyone else want to weigh in? Okay, going once, going twice, and it is a double bow. coming right up. Hold that knot, pull tight, hold the knot, pull tighter, and then just keep holding that knot to adjust the size of the loops. And that's how you make your bows look better, because all bows look terrible when you first tie them. That's what I didn't understand when I first started crafting. I hated tying bows because they looked so bad when I first tied them, and I didn't understand that that's the way it was with bows. Okay. I thought I was just bad at it. I didn't understand that it was a process. Okay, and this one's going right here. And now we need to trim the length here. Scissors are not meant for ribbons. Hang on. Hold that tight. There we go. Okay, so there, as I rid myself of the debris here, here are our 4 cute little cards. And I can get my little pouch and add all of them, plus their adorable little envelopes. I probably have to fold the flaps of the envelopes down. Well, anyway, let's just put a few in. Take way too long. And add them to the little pouch. And then just twist that twine around once or twice and keep them until I need them. And that is a Little Smile kit collection. To find the kit collection, just go to Stampinup.com. Go to the Canadian site if you're from Canada, because you'll be shocked at the difference between the prices, unfortunately. And just go under shop items, I think it is, and kit collection, or kits collection. And then you'll see the variety, the repertoire of gifts, kits that you can purchase, and whatever is there is available. And yeah, all right. And be on the lookout for that new class that's coming up. Okay, thanks for tuning in to my Facebook Live. There will not be one next week. I have my whole family coming next week, and I will have a house full of grandkids, and you know that's not going to work for Facebook Live. So I will see you again in 2 weeks. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. All right, bye-bye.